Librarian here at St. Pete College. I'm the librarian for the downtown campus and the midtown campus. Most of the time I'm at midtown, but I come out here whenever I'm needed and on Tuesday afternoons. So if you guys need anything, you can always schedule an appointment with me in person, or you can always schedule one online. Whatever research, I'm happy to help. I'm actually the liaison to the math and business departments, so hopefully we'll be able to find some stuff that you guys would be interested in. So what I can show you is, have you guys used this page, like the catalog or any part of the library before?
I didn't know we had a library.
Yeah, we have a library and we have lots of information online. So this is the catalog. So here is where you guys would pretty much find every type of source that we have on your topic. So I don't know, I can, for example, search for crypto, and then we can go through that. And it just shows you, like, it's searching everything. So everything we have, so we have text, videos, articles, books, so on and so forth. So like I said, that's how you find everything. So we have like almost 3 million results that have the word cryptocurrency in it. So you want to usually narrow it down over here. So for example, if I only want books on it, or I only want articles, for example, I can click that. I can also click held by my library. Maybe in the last, not 1501, but maybe something like 2015, and so on and so forth. And you kind of just scroll down here and refine it, and then it narrows it down, supposedly. Good. Available online, and articles. And then scroll. There's a filter thing on the bottom there, but I don't know what's not. There we go. Oh, it is working. So they're all from 2015 to 2025. So you see here, it will just show you all the amounts that you have. You can access them this way. So I can just click on it, and it will tell you where to find it in the databases. So you would click on that, and then it will take you to the article itself. You do have to be logged in to your SPC account, so your best option is to go in through My Courses, because there is a tab that says Library and Tutoring or something along those lines, and that's how you would click on it and then get to these pages as well. And this is just so you guys know how to use the catalog. So for example, if you have a topic, you're like, I'm going to write my paper or do my research for my project on cryptocurrency, this is the first place to go where you would be like, do we have anything on my search terms? Should I change around the search terms? Should I make them more common or more sciencey? So that's something that this page would tell you, is if your search terms even are coming up with any academic information. And after I figured out that it is pulling out what I want, I would go here, either databases A through Z or databases by subject. So I'll show you guys databases by subject and all of them, because they're just all the databases that are under A through Z broken down by subjects. So I can either just go here and then, for example, scroll down to science and mathematics. And here, for example, there are 24 databases that are recommended for science and math. And I can show you guys a couple of those that I poked around earlier. One thing that we always recommend is Academic Search Complete. That's a really good place to start pretty much any of your research, because it just has, I think their description says from like astronomy to zoology. So they have it all figured out. So let's see. If you would excuse my nasaliness, I'm still a little snotty. So here I would search cryptocurrency, and what you can do is, for example, you would connect it with an and or a not. And this appears in all academic research. This is called a Boolean search. So what we'll do, we'll either tie your keywords together or it will separate them. So it's Boolean, B-O-O-L-E-A-N. So for example, if my topic is cryptocurrency, I want to come up with a research question that makes me want to find out more about it. So, for example, if I want to talk about, how cryptocurrency uses up energy, I can do cryptocurrency and energy. So I tied my two keywords together with an and we can do all of this here, or I can just do it on the next page. So I'll show you guys what happens when I just tie it all together. And so it has over 2,000 results. That's kind of a lot to sort through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the box that says peer reviewed. What that's going to bring me to is all of my resources are only going to come from an academic journal. The reason I want my information to only come from an academic journal is because the articles that get published in academic journal only are called peer-reviewed or scholarly, which means they go through a really thorough investigation process, and which means that you will, at the time of publication, it's supposed to provide some new information, most up to date. And they will never get edited or changed in any way. They will just write a new article. So this is interesting. The impact of the oil price on mineable and non-mineable cryptocurrency. So if that's something I want to talk about that connects energy and cryptocurrency, this is one of the ways that I will be looking at it. And so down here, we'll show you the abstract. And what the abstract does is it gives you a short overview of what the article is about. So if the title says one thing and then you go into the abstract and they kind of bait and switch you, this is how you would find out. Happens rarely, but sometimes maybe it's not the correct type of study that they're doing for you, or it doesn't really provide the information that you're looking for. A lot of the times that's what you'll find in the abstract, and I always say that you should always read the abstract. And this is also your useful page for your citations, because this pretty much has all of your citation information. So I don't know if you guys used APA or MLA before, either one of those, to credit your sources and attribute it to the people who have created your information. So you would just, it has a cite option right here, and then you could just drop down and get, for example, I know you'll probably be using MLA for a while, but APA is going to be what you'll be mostly using in your collegiate level work, besides humanities. Any type of social sciences. I was a nursing librarian for many years, and even the nursing instructors said APA. If you go on to your bachelor's or master's or doctorate, most of the time they're going to ask for APA. So APA is something you want to get used to from the very beginning. It does look a little bit different from MLA, but I don't know, maybe because I'm just used to it, but I think the information is laid out way better. This is my biased opinion. So you would just copy that if you want. So when you're doing research, just collect every single article that even looks promising, and then you can always just get rid of it. So you can keep copying the references to a Word document. You can email yourself all of these articles. You can download it, save it to your computer, things like that, and you just want to make sure that you have this article here. So then this would be the front page of the article as well. It looks like it's just showing you the abstract for this one. And then if you want to keep doing your thing, you can either look at the results or other information in there. I want the online full text as well, because then I'll definitely be able to read these articles. And I'll show you, yeah, so there will be access options here. And I do prefer PDF. So lots of options to poke around. Academic Search Complete, like I said, is a good place to do it in. Because it will have a lot of information from all different disciplines, and it will kind of tell you if you're not using keywords that are good for your discipline. You will kind of start seeing, you're like, wait, all of these articles about cryptocurrency are from sociology journals, but I want the ones from business journals or tech journals. So that will kind of also let you know if your keywords are good or not. So Academic Search Complete, and then you can also do EBSCO-hosted searches, all of it includes Academic Search Complete and a bunch of other ones. And then you will get information from all different places as well. Let's see, applied science and technology source is gonna look pretty much similar. And I will try my search here as well. I just wanna make sure that you will understand that all of these databases are going to do pretty much the same thing. It's up to you to know which one to use and how to manipulate its search. So a lot of the times, you know, if you're not sure if it's a topic of new to you, go to Wikipedia and look up, you know, any synonyms or words associated with it, any additional topics to it. Yes, you can't, a lot of the times your instructors will say that you can't cite Wikipedia, and that's fine, but you can find the information to get you started in your academic research from just regular, you know, semi-reliable like Wikipedia, Google results. So, I'm all for Wikipedia, so please, when you come to me with a topic that I don't know about, that's the very first place I go. Is first I Google it, and then I try to help you. So here you see, one thing that you see here, it says one is from a periodical and one is from an academic journal, which means this one is a reliable source, but it's not scholarly or peer-reviewed. So academic journal is the only place where these peer-reviewed sources will be published. And again, the reason we're looking for those is because the information has been reviewed by experts in the field, then it was allowed to get published in this journal. And if any information or any part of the review process goes wrong, they just withdraw that article, and it says it like in big angry letters across it. So you see here, there's links for HTML full text and PDF full text, but then here there's not, which means that this article I can't read right away because it didn't come in the purchase package. So after that, there are two options. If this is your dream article, we can get it for you from another college or library. You just let us know. You're like, I have to have this one specific one. It says exactly what I needed to say in my research. After you read the abstract, you're like, I really need this one. So you can reach out to us, and what we do is we send out for it, and they just email us a PDF with a password, and then you can have the article. So we do have we have a lot of online resource sharing between colleges because no one can afford every article in the world. So we're like, hey, can we borrow this one or that one? And hospitals do it, colleges do it, universities do it. We all share information because of the price tag that we put on it. Information is expensive. So here you would want to limit it to full text. So if you limit it to full text, then this article will disappear, and you see you're getting only the ones that have a little link to HTML or PDF. So important when you're looking around in these EBSCOhost databases, any one of them that say EBSCOhost, to select the box to limit it to full text, because this publisher will show you every article that they have in the world on your topic. And then they're like, we know you really want it, it will be $30 per article or $600 per issue. So you're like, no, I'm just gonna contact my librarian and ask her to get it for me from another college. And it usually takes like 24 to 48 hours, depending on if it's on the weekend or whatever, but we check it every day. And we'll pull for you these articles if you need them. Then if I do only want these academic journal articles, I will click the box that says peer reviewed. And you see in the articles that said periodical have disappeared. So again, if you're being asked for scholarly peer-reviewed articles, they will only be published in academic journals. So when you're looking at your, like even if you do your research out in the wide world of Google, if you find an article and you're not sure if it's scholarly or not, you would go and look up the journal. And when you Google the journal and you go to their front page, it will tell you that it's peer reviewed, because they're very proud of it, and it takes a lot of processing. So if you're not sure if it's a scholarly article, if you're searching somewhere that doesn't specifically say it's in an academic journal, just Google the name of the journal, and either in About Us or in the description across the top of their website, it's gonna say peer reviewed or scholarly. So lots of options to make sure that you are getting good information, that you're getting reliable information, academic information, is one, searching it through the databases, and two, kind of following up and making sure that you're just double checking on your own for your own peace of And here you would do the same thing. You just click on PDF full text. It shows you a really nice printout of the article, and then on the right there's this little yellow paper. And it should come out with the thing. Clicking on the wrong yellow paper. Like from this angle, they're all yellow. And then you would just go here, and then again, you will find your references in APA or MLA if you'd like. When I was getting my bachelor's degree, I had to use Chicago, which is the one with the footnotes. So you put a little one, and then you have to drop it down in the footnotes, and then put it again on the end. So that was a lot. I don't recommend it. I recommend APA. Whatever. And these references will be pretty much 98% correct. Sometimes you would have to like lower some capital letters and things like that, but it will put it all in correct order with the correct names, dates, and things like that. So I always recommend just take this and throw this on your references page, and then either by yourself compare it to an APA guide, or schedule an appointment with a librarian or writing tutor, and we will go over it with you and, fix the things that the databases might have missed. Because I can do this in my sleep. So it's like if you send me a references page, I will just highlight the things that are wrong and we will fix them together. So APA 7th edition, highly recommended, but if you do have to use OLA, it won't be for long. So another good way of using that, let me show you some of the ones that don't look the same. So the cool thing we have is, for example, we have access to non-scholarly but good, reliable information like Science Magazine. So this is how it's different. This is the periodical that was showing up in the other database, and it's called a trade magazine. So there's different levels of information. There's the academic journals, and then below them is the trade magazines, and then below them is general websites, reliable general websites. And so this is the middle ground. So it would be scientists writing about science, but it only gets reviewed by an editor as opposed to other scientists like academic journals. I'm just trying to make you understand like the difference between the resources. There's a lot of information out there, and it's up to you to have to sort through it and figure out what you can use, what is usable, what is accurate, and things like that. But I just want you to be aware that when you are doing your research, and this is a less science-y level, things like Science Magazine or Nature, both of those are very useful for academic level research that doesn't have to include academic journals or peer-reviewed information. These will be a little more difficult to cite for you, not for me. But because they don't have like a cite option, but you would still be able to go through it, and like it will obviously show you who the author is, what the title is, the date it was published, where it was published, and the URL to it. And that's all that you really need for your reference is author, date, title, where it was published, and how to get to it. Those are just the 5 things you need. Let's see. Let me show you. Oh, we have a link to Google Scholar. So why we would use Google Scholar instead of Google Scholar through the databases instead of going through Google Scholar through Google is because you already signed into SPC. So what this is going to do is it's going to show you, again, all the articles that we have, but it will also tell you which ones you can access right away and which ones you can't. And a lot of the times when I'm running out of options in the other databases, if it's something that I don't know the keywords for, or I really can't figure out how to manipulate my terms to provide the information that I want, I go to Google Scholar. And I'm like, please help me. And then I can start figuring out in what other ways I can do it. Because this will be scholarly information, and any link that's on the right, you can access. So you can't do the top one, but you can do all the ones below it, for example. Any one that has a link on the right, you have access to. So a lot of the times it's going to be information from other countries. It will show you books. So Google Scholar is a good place to search. If you're pretty lost and are running out of options, which is usually when I use it, or if you want a wider variety of materials, which is also a good way to do it. And again, on the left, you can narrow it down here to the last 5 years. You can sort by date. You can only have review articles of information. So Google Scholar is great to use, and you already signed into SPC if you access it to SPC. Let's see, what I want to show you that is not really, is not scholarly, but it's really useful, and I try to show it to every class, is Ferguson's, because that one is really good about, as it says, Career Guidance Center. So we have like a career department here that can help you guys out with, you know, finding your future. But here you can just kind of do research for yourself. So for example, if you do, you know, biochemical engineer, for example, and I'm going to search it. It tells here is biochemical engineers, and I click on that, and then it gives me like a really cool profile. It tells me the median salary, how much you need, what you need to take, your other titles, skills. So really useful. And the thing that I like is the Outlook, and it tells you whether the profession is supposed to, you know, keep looking for people or not. So if you're just really not sure, this is a really good place to go to just kind of poke around and see what the future holds for you. One thing I want to mention is here, Ask a Librarian. If you guys are doing any sort of research and you get stuck, or you want recommendations of databases to use, or you want us to help you check references, or just lots of other questions, Ask a Librarian here. It's a live chat with us. So what you can do is, I'm supposed to be on now, but other times, like one of our SPC librarians is on, or another one from an academic library or a public library. We're all equally trained, and we're happy to help. So if you have just a short question that you don't need a full appointment with a librarian for, Ask a Librarian is a really good way. And then we'll tell you, we're like, this will need an appointment, and then you will schedule one of those. I mean, anything else? You guys have questions? I know I kind of barreled through it, but I just wanted to show you a couple of resources before I lose you.
I've got one.
A little over.
How do you get there from my courses?
Yeah. You know, could I go into your My Courses?
Yeah, that's okay.
Because I don't have that same page that looks at, but yeah, My Courses, visit My Courses. And then you would go into a class. Ooh, not right now. And then right here is library and tutoring. So you have to go into your class and then click on library and tutoring. And then you would go to library services, which is the online portal, which is the page I started with. Or, you know, tutoring services. We're widely available for in-person and online tutoring, so you guys are welcome to use us, and we're happy to help. I know we see some of you pretty frequently, but you guys are welcome to come through anytime after your classes, and we'll be happy to help. You don't have to have an appointment, we do take walk-ins. So if you have any questions or just need a quiet place to study, we have study rooms, computers, printers, you can practice your presentations. We have an anatomy room if you guys are doing science and like anatomy and physiology science or biology. We have a huge room, and now we have like a really cool table where they have like an actual dead person in, like a scan of a dead person. You can like open them and like poke around in them. Really check it out. It's very cool. It's an actual like scan cadaver. So yeah, that's mostly what I wanted to show you. So the ones that I went through were, so this is how I get to it is from Titan Hub, but you guys can get there from my courses. And then again, the ones I showed you, I went down here to all subjects, to science and math, and then I showed you these. And then a couple through here. You're welcome. You won't break anything. Just poke around, click on things, do a couple of searches. Just get used to it before you're gonna have to really dig in once you get into the second half of the 60 curves. Thanks.
All right.